All right, my name is Miles McLaughlin, and this is my video application to be a student prefect for the 2021 school year. So, let's get started. Question number one, state your name and grade for September of 2020. I'm going to assume that means September 21. My name is Miles McLaughlin, and I'm going into grade 12 of September of next year. Why do I want to be a St. Mike's prefect? It's my last year at the school, and I think that the school has been through some really hard times over the last few years. And then COVID has not made it any easier on the school community. Being apart from one another, it's taken away almost the sense of brotherhood and community that we had when I came to this school in grade 7. So I think that in my last year, I have a lot to leave, and I have an impact that I can leave with the school, mentoring young kids, showing them what it means to be a St. Mike's student and part of the brotherhood at the school. I think that I'm a good leader and I'm approachable. So for these younger kids, I feel like I'm a good fit to show them what it really means to be a student at St. Mike's and how they can continue this going forward when the older grades graduate. Question number 3. What activities are you involved in inside and outside of school? Inside the school, I've been a part of the volleyball team since grade 8, I think. 7 or 8, I can't remember. I've been on the golf team since around that same time too. And those are the 2 teams I've been on. Clubs, I've been a part of the fishing club since grade 7 and a part of the badminton club as well since grade 7. Also, I was a member of the ping pong club. Took part in the first ever ping pong tournament at St. Mike's, finished in the quarterfinals if I remember correctly. So those are the 3 clubs I've been a part of at school. Outside of school, I play hockey, I play organized hockey, not at a high level. I play select, but better than nothing, I guess. And I also play golf outside of school. I don't know if this is what you're looking for activities, but I coach a tyke hockey team as well with one of my friends. And I work at a hardware store. I'm not sure if that's activities, but those are other things that I'm involved in outside of school. One more thing. I also babysit. I babysit my neighbors if we're going along that line. Tell us about a time you dealt with a failure or a setback, and how did you handle it? What did you learn from it? All right. Failure or setback. So this first one here is more of a setback. I think 2 years ago. No, this is last year. I broke my arm at the start of the golf year, and I was signed up for all these tournaments. I was ready to get myself out there and start competing at a higher level. And my arm broke right before I was supposed to enter all these tournaments. And so I wasn't able to play for a while. All my friends were getting this edge on me because they were out there in these tournaments. What did I do to learn from it? So in my basement, I'd practice putting with my one arm, and I'd start chipping with my one arm so that I wasn't fully losing it. And then when I was able to start playing, I was on the range every day, and I didn't do as well as I would have or I think I could have if my arm hadn't broken. But I made a comeback at the end of the year, and I did fairly well for myself considering I was out for a chunk of that golf year. Another failure, I think, a failure at school that I had is grade 7. I tried out for the volleyball team, and at my elementary school, I'd been a very good player. I thought I was gonna make the St. Mike's volleyball team just like that. Tried out for it, didn't make it. I didn't really know what to do. It was a bummer, but I put some time into it over the course of the next year, and actually applied myself because I realized that it wasn't as easy to make some teams at St. Mike's as it might have been in an elementary school. So I put my time in, and next year I made the team, and I've been on the team since. So I think that's how I overcame failures or setbacks over the last few years, or at least those are 2 major examples of it. Number 5, one of the most important jobs of a school prefect is to act as a mentor to younger students. Tell us why you'd be a good mentor to younger peers. Okay, first off, I babysit. So well, obviously the grade sevens are nowhere near as young as the kids that I'm babysitting, but I think I have that ability to be around kids and that ability to interact with them and engage with them. So that's definitely, I think that's key if you're trying to show them the way of St. Mike's, how to be part of the brotherhood, how to carry on tradition at the school. I also think that I'm approachable, I'm friendly, I'm outgoing, I'm able to interact with these kids, and I think that I'm someone who they can come up to in the halls and talk to about things, assuming that school's back to normal next year, and we can get back to the way that the school was before and feel that sense of brotherhood that we felt before. I just think that students can look up to me as a person. I'm outgoing at the school. I take part in activities, and I think that in my last year, I want to leave it all out there essentially and show these kids what it really means to be like at St. Mike's. Number 6, pretend we're the parents of a boy who's considering attending St. Mike's. Tell us why we should send our son to your school. My whole life is, if I think about it, my whole life is pretty much centered around St. Mike's. Like all my friends or friends have stemmed from the school. Everyone I hang out with is from St. Mike's. My whole life has changed since I've been at the school, and I think that the community that's built here, I think that just the engagement from the staff and the, I guess, faculty makes it seem like it's almost not like a school. Like it's, I don't want to sound cliche, but it's kind of like a home away from home almost, just because the environment is so different than what you would picture at a typical normal high school. And I think that when you're first coming to the school, maybe a bit intimidating, but I think that's what part of makes the brotherhood so good, is that it's just an intimidating thing at first, but once you realize that you're a part of it and you should do your part to make this as good as it really is. I think that helps kids to feel as though they're part of something good. So I think that you should send your son to this school because it's going to make their life a lot better, just like it did for mine. It's going to make them more confident, more outgoing, and it made me a better person. So I think that the values that are taught at St. Mike's are actually, it's not just a slogan, goodness, discipline, and knowledge. It's actually taught there, and it's actually focused on. And I think that kids actually take away from that, even if they won't admit it on camera. Like, I don't know. It's almost a hard question to answer because there's so many ways you can put it. Like St. Mike's has just changed my life for the better. Last question is optional. Is there anything else you would like for us to know about you? I don't know. I like to think of myself as a caring person who puts others before himself. A funny person who tries to make light of bad situations. And I think that if I were to be chosen as a prefect for next year, I'd dedicate my time to actually working for this position, and I think I'd make the best of this opportunity. I think that I have a lot to do before I leave St. Mike's, and this is my last year, so I think that just showing these kids what it really means to be like at St. Mike's and doing my part and leaving it all out there before I graduate is something that I really want to do, and if I become a prefect, I'd take full advantage of it because I think I have the qualities and that I'm the right person for this job. So that's my video application, and yeah, thank you for watching.